Chapter 6. Society, Science and Culture, Ancient Age. Reading Objectives. Society in Ancient Age. Science in Ancient Age. Culture prevailing in Ancient Age. The first urbanization in India took place during the age of the Harappan civilization. During the Mauryan Empire, many towns and cities emerged in different parts of India. Historians have referred to this as the age of second urbanization or the age of Buddha. Towns like Kaushambi, Vaishali, Ujjain, Pataliputra, Hastinapur, Mathura, Rajagrai, Bodh Gaya, Arikamedu and Kaveri Pathanam flourished during the period of Buddha. The most important development during this period was the use of iron implements in agriculture. People used iron implements, such as the axe for clearing of forests, and the iron ploughshare for increasing agricultural production. With the help of new iron equipments, men had cleared thick forests of Ganga Valley and brought about more land under cultivation. The farmers were wholly dependent on rain for irrigating the farms. Water was moved from the rivers or the reservoirs into the canals to irrigate the fields. The fertile land and good irrigation added to the substantial increase in agricultural produce. Enrich yourself. Craftsmen and their guilds. The expansion of towns brought about an increase in the number of artisans who were organized into guilds. Each guild inhabited a particular section of the town, so that members of the guild could live and work together. They generally had a close-knit relationship and therefore came to be regarded as sub-caste. In most cases, the sons followed the same profession as the father, so the hereditary principle was also adhered to. Most villages had some craftspersons, like garland makers, potters, weavers, bead makers, dyers, metal workers, carpenters, blacksmiths and goldsmiths. Northern black polished ware have found during excavation. Varanasi was famous cloth manufacture. Urayur was a famous center of dyeing. The goods was supplied from villages to town. Trade was carried on by land as well as by sea with countries like Ceylon, Burma, Java, Sumatra and Arabia. Many craftsmen and merchants now formed associations, known as guilds or shrenis. There are references of several kinds of craft organization, and some of the important ones during that time were the Caballer's Guild, the Oil Miller Guild, Potter's Guild, Weaver's Guild and Hydraulic Engineers Guild. Each shreni has its own professional code, working arrangements, duties and obligations and even religious observances. Matters relating to wider areas of disputes were sometimes settled by shrenis among themselves. Shrenis served as banks to deposit money. Large-scale use of coins. Coins also give a good idea about life in city. Thousands of coins belong to this period were excavated by archaeologists. The earliest coins were of flat pieces of silver or bronze, of irregular shape. There were no inscriptions on them and hence their significance is unknown. It could be that some king have minted the coin as his emblems. Thus, punch-marked coins were the earliest coins. Silver was easily available, so coins made from silver were common. Science, which still amazes us, ancient India was very advanced in science. The city planning of the Harappa or the Indus Valley was based on scientific principles. The science of astronomy was also highly advanced. Aryabhatta and Varamahira lived during the Gupta age. They were well-known astronomer and mathematician respectively. Aryabhatta was the pioneer to infer that the earth is spherical and it rotates on its own axis, which is day and night. He even concluded that the moon is dark and shines because of the light of the sun. He gave logical explanation to the theory of solar and lunar eclipses. He declared that eclipses are caused due to the shadows cast by the earth and the moon. He also wrote a book on astronomy in Sanskrit called the Aryabhatiyam. Varamihira compiled an encyclopedia of science called the Brihat Sanhita. He also developed different subjects of astronomy, like astrology and horoscope. The ancient Indians made remarkable progress in the field of mathematics. The world is indebted to ancient India for their contribution on numerals, decimal system and the discovery of zero. The coins and the iron pillar indicate the advancement in metallurgy. Not only this, the Indians were the first to discover the art of manufacturing steel. Medical knowledge improved during the early centuries of the Christian era. The Atharva Veda mentions many medicines to cure various diseases. The efforts of Charaka and Sushruta helped to improve the knowledge of medicine and surgery. They were two great physicians of this period. Charaka worked on the Vedic science of Ayurveda. He wrote a famous book called the Charaka Sanhita. Dhanvantari was also a great physician. Get to know more. Sushruta demonstrated thousands of operations, especially the rebuilding of the nose. He was very expert plastic surgeon. Art and architecture. In the ancient times, a large number of stupas, monasteries, temples and chatyas were built. The most famous rock-cut cave structure is the Chatya Hall at Karle near Pune. There were prayer or meeting halls for the Buddhist monks. The most famous stupa in Amarvati, Andhra Pradesh, has several sculptures portraying the whole story of Buddha's life. The Vishnu Dasavatara temple at Deoghad, near Jhansi, was the first temple in the North India. The cave temples at Ajanta belong to this period. At Mahabalipuram, the Ratha temple was carved out of a huge single rock. The Dharmaraja Ratha is the largest among them. The Pallavas also built the Kailasnath temple at Kanchi in 7th century AD. Painting. Early man started painting on the cave walls to express his feelings. Many prehistoric paintings have survived from Vibeka. Ajanta and Ellora caves have beautiful paintings in which life of Buddha was depicted. Sculpture. The Neolithic man first made objects, like Harappan seals and toys. The Mauryans made numerous pillars which were generally of a single stone. They were chiseled, shaped and polished. Some of them had carved animals, like the lion capitals which has lions on the top. The lion capital from the pillar at Sarnath is now the national emblem of our country. The Gandhara school of art and the Mathura school of art developed during the time of the Kushanas. Arjuna's penance is the most famous sculpture of the Pallavas' reign. Searching dictionary. Chatyas, sacred places of worship. Garbhagray, place to worship Lord. Word to know. The age of second urbanization is called the age of Buddha. Towns like Kaushambi, Vaishali, Ujjain, Pataliputra etc. flourished during the period of Buddha. Each guild inhabited a particular section of the town, so that members of the guild could live and work together. Sushruta was a surgeon and expert in the plastic surgery. The Ratha temple and the Shore temple are the two beautiful temples built by the Pallavas of Mahabalipuram. Many prehistory paintings have been found from Vibeka.